Where do you think the biggest problem is for most people today in getting into a relationship or being in an unhealthy relationship?
It's
Is
the
it
lack of being able to speak your authentic truth. Period. End of story.
and is a lack of speaking your authentic truth coming from a wounded self?
It's coming from, there's an energy within you from a spiritual, energetic perspective. Your throat chakra is blocked. You had an experience as a little boy or as a little girl where you weren't seen or accepted for your truth, and your mother or your father told you that your voice in some way, shape, or form, because this is how this all happens, and then you attract someone from that wounding, and then both of you never share your truth. Or when you finally do, it comes out in anger, because that's the other side of the wounding, basically. And then when it comes out like that, there's no reflection. Like, don't get me wrong, me and Jen, we get into our situations, but we always like, here, I'm gonna leave you like this. If you get this, you'll heal your relationship. But this takes immense amount of courage. From this day forward, everything that happens in your relationship, every argument, every disagreement, everything that goes wrong, if you are ready to heal your relationship, here's what I want you to do. Make it your fault.
Everything.
Everything. What's that book that Jocko wrote? Something responsibility, something responsibility.
There's something about discipline equals freedom, I think is one.
Yeah, but there was one he wrote about something like
responsibility.
Accept 100% responsibility. And you know what I started realizing? I started realizing that everything that I would blame Jen for, like secretly, there was something I did. Maybe it was the energy in which I came to the conversation.
Yeah.
But maybe it was the fact that I wanted to get into an argument with her. Maybe it was the fact that I didn't share my truth. Whatever it was. And when you can learn to accept ownership and responsibility for everything, here's what you do. Then you communicate it. And you say, baby, I realized that the way I showed up was wrong. I wasn't being authentic, or, the energy in which I was speaking from, it was manipulative. And I'm sorry. And I'm not aware of why I did that, but I can see it's a pattern that has been showing up in my life for so long. Because that's what started happening, man. Here's my dream woman, and she would start saying the exact same thing that my ex would say about me. So it's either they're crazy,
right,
or I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Right? And once I realized I was the crazy one, well, then I got to go into it.
Wow. What was your current wife saying that your previous wife used to say?
Yeah, they would both say, but Danny, you don't understand. It's the energy in which you say it from. And I'd be like, no, I'm being nice. So then I was.
Oh, it's the energy. Yeah.
I was like, I was coming into this with a charge.
Sure.
Right? I was coming into it expecting to not be heard. So of course, they're not going to hear me. So who created it?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
And that's why whenever I deal with couples who the one has cheated,
yes,
it's either you're going to accept it, go into it and heal it. And by the way, understand that if they cheated, you co-created that.
Yeah, which no one wants to hear.
No one wants to hear.
They're the dumbest. Those people who say, well, I didn't do that.
Listen to me. They cheated for a reason so that you could heal part of you that attracted someone that was going to cheat. Period. End of story.
I know, but people don't like hearing that.
It's the truth.
I understand it's the truth, but people don't like hearing it.
Yeah.
So people are going to be really frustrated because a lot of people have been watching or listening or who've been cheated and they said, I did nothing wrong. I gave to this man. I gave to this woman everything. I gave her all my money. I gave her all my love, my support. I raised the kids. I did everything and they cheated.
Right.
Screw them. It's their fault. I'm not to blame. What are you talking about, Danny?
I can guarantee you there was a part of you that wasn't in your power, that wasn't in your authentic.
But that's not my fault. They cheated.
100%. Anything that you are in or not in is 100% your creation. 100%.
They're not going to like hearing that.
It's the truth.
But they gave everything and they still cheated. They tried everything and they still
maybe they gave too much, so much so that they didn't honor themselves. There's always a reason. There's always a reason.
So I gave so much love. Should I stop giving all my love? I'm going to block my love.
Hang on, because let's talk about this. Because what is cheating? Cheating is you being with someone else without telling the
Without
person.
consent.
That's it.
Yes. Yes.
Because I know thruples for crying out
Yeah,
loud.
yeah.
I know open relationships. I know as long as you have consent, it's not cheating,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So hang on a second. So then your partner had some sort of hidden desire
Yes.
that they didn't feel comfortable sharing with you. Why didn't they feel comfortable sharing them with you? Maybe, just maybe, could you have not provided a comfortable and open space where they could share everything? Maybe.
I'm going to be
maybe.
devil's advocate here. Like, what if, okay, sure, I provided a safe space for them to talk, but they still cheated. They still went with their temptations, their pleasures, their desires, and they didn't commit to the relationship. They let all the temptation and our relationship go out the window for outside pleasure.
Well, then just stay there and watch it happen again.
I know. Yeah, yeah.
Or,
I just that.
well, no, I know. By the way, I only speak of the things that I cheated.
Mm-hmm.
I had an affair. Louis, I was that guy that when like all of the husbands were going on a guy's trip, the wives would only allow their husbands to go if Danny was going.
Oh, wow.
Because I was Mr. Goody Two-Shoes. Because I wanted to create this facade that I had it all together. And deep inside, it was all a lie.
Wow.
It was all a lie, man. So I created it. Yeah. And by the way, so did my ex. And I know she may not want to hear that, but we couldn't speak about this stuff. I couldn't even share the truth as to why I forgot the milk at the grocery store, let alone that.
Right.
If I forgot the milk at the grocery store, I would get my balls chopped off. Are you kidding me? I would never hear the end of it. And then if I said did you just say the? It was like there was nothing I could do.
You're wrong no matter what.
I'm wrong no matter what.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
So tell me something.
Yeah.
If that's how you react,
Yeah.
what do you think is happening? What do you think? And people used to tell me all the time. People used to say, everyone makes mistakes. Because trust me, man, I dealt with the guilt of that. That was a very deep, dark journey.
You got to live with that.
I lived with it,
Yeah.
and I don't wish that on anybody. No. I really don't, because I am aware of the pain that it caused. But ultimately what both of us discovered, like we were trying to hold on to each other for all the wrong reasons. There wasn't real love. There was just the facade. And so like when I look back, it's like, it wasn't a mistake. It was like, it was the key that unlocked both of us from the cage.
Yes.
Like if you could really allow yourself to look at things from a different perspective, like that's where you'll find your healing now.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.